All right. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another installment of BrickWall Reviews. I'm Dave. This is Sam. And tonight we are here to review the latest Pixar film, Soul. Yes, that's right. We are here to review the latest Pixar film, Soul, that was released on Disney Plus on Christmas Day. As you can see, we are in the Great Before. Yes, the Great Before. Called. Yeah, this was the part where he was in the Great Before, and then when he died, he was in the Great Beyond. Thank God we're not in the Great Beyond, right?
What's in the Great Beyond?
It's when you die.
Oh. Wow, okay.
Real quick, tonight's episode is brought to you in part by Habits 365 clothing brand. As you can see, I'm rocking this little t-shirt here, Habits 365. Got the t-shirt, got the wristband. Yeah, it's a nice little silky shirt too. Nice little silky shirt. I can go ahead and jog a couple miles in this if I was a jogger.
Do some workout.
Do some workouts too.
This is weights.
Okay. Yes, I
can.
Yeah, actually, it's a great shirt for swimming. This is an excellent shirt. I really like the material. I like how it feels. If you guys want a 10% discount, I have the link in the description down below. You can get 10% discount by entering Dave693. All right, so now I got my product placement out the way.
Promo's out the way.
Yeah, I got my promo again in the comment section down below. Hit the link, insert the code Dave693 to get 10% off.
What? Did you recognize that one?
Listen,
okay.
That's the code
that's the code he chose.
That's the code I got. So you get 10% off though.
No.
Get 10%.
That's the code he chose.
So anyway. And all that is in the description down below. Before we start
below that you shouldn't even say all that.
This is why we're in the Great Before and not the Great Beyond.
But I guess I had like a hat. I don't know why I look like this. I know why I look like this. Why we're not even gonna say nothing. It's a setup tonight.
It's not a setup.
Yes, it is.
But before we get started, we want to remind you guys to go ahead and like and subscribe to our channel. Thank you guys for always tuning in. I am back weekly.
Guess who's back?
For my WandaVision reviews. Yeah, WandaVision. Make sure you guys check out my review for the first 2 episodes.
Are you shaking like that?
I don't know. That's the best dance I can come up with. Make sure you check out my reviews. Make sure you check out my reviews for the first 2 episodes of WandaVision. I dropped those on Friday. Make sure it's a little chilly in here in the Great Beyond. It's a little.
I know. Like, damn.
I guess this is why I call it the Great Beyond. You don't
that's why I look like this. Like, just tucked. Cold.
Yeah, and then last week also was Sam's BrickWall anime.
Was it?
Was that last week?
Was it?
It probably was.
Who knows?
I don't know. But there's a BrickWall anime on Demon Slayer. Make sure you go check out all of our content.
Just go on YouTube and type in BrickWall. If you haven't watched it, then freaking watch it.
Yeah, definitely watch it. You're missing out. Make sure you guys hit those like buttons and definitely make sure you guys subscribe.
My hair looking crazy. You know, I'm gonna look like this the whole night. It looks better like that. Yeah, my hair looks wild for some odd reason. Okay, anyway.
All right, so Soul. This movie is a very unique film. Something I really enjoyed. It was released on Christmas Day on Disney Plus. Of course, it was supposed to be released earlier than that in November. But
everything was supposed to.
We all know what happened, right? We know.
Due to a little panic.
The Fire Nation attacked.
Due to Panny.
Yeah, good old Panny.
Panny and the Rona.
Panny Rona.
You know, we have delays on a lot of films, and that's just the quote unquote new normal. So yeah, we kind of gotta get used to that.
Yeah, and hopefully we won't be getting any more delays on films. I've heard some rumblings, but
I'm sure that there will be several delays on films. We'll go get some water. And films not being released in its capacity because of the pandemic, and that's just something that we have to come to terms with. I'm thirsty. Go get some water. Anyway,
all these other people in the Great Beyond, the Great Before.
I know. That's just something we have to get used to. So I mean, you know, I'm cool with it. Is what it is because things are getting released, and I mean, we got to catch it when we can catch it.
Yep. So, Soul, the story of Soul follows a middle school music teacher named Joe Gardner who seeks to reunite his soul and his body after they are accidentally separated, just before his big break as a jazz musician.
That's an interesting That's an interesting plot.
Mm-hmm.
Because I didn't even think about it. Oh, I had to reunite my soul with my body. I didn't think about it like that. Watching it, it's just like I just have to, get back. I don't know. I just didn't think about it to that extent.
Yeah.
I mean, even though that is exactly what happened, but I mean, that's the idea of what happened.
The synopsis makes it seem a little deeper, right? Yeah. So, in this movie, with Soul, in addition to trying to again reunite his soul with his body to get his break as a jazz musician, he also runs in and meets a soul. Well, not really a soul, like I don't know if you want to say lost soul.
I would say it technically is a soul. So this movie, it kind of has like souls that have not come to Earth yet, and that's the unique thing about it. Because we always wonder, because they always say that babies have so much intelligence, and that babies are the connection with the universe. So this actually shows us the connection of a soul prior to it coming to Earth. And, it just shows us that connection that a lot of us long for, especially, like, to the extent of those who are very spiritual. And that's why they always say, like, babies and grandparents, like, that's why they need that spiritual and type of connection because of this, really. Because, a soul coming to Earth for the first time, and the babies are practically souls coming to Earth. But this movie also shows reincarnation. So it's a lot of things that come out with this movie. So you can't technically say it's a soul coming to Earth for the first time, but it's coming to Earth for the first time in that particular capacity as the new type of person or soul that it is.
So Joe ends up meeting a soul named 22. 22 has been pretty much in the great before for time runs differently in there, of course, so for God knows how long, right? So what happens is that 22 is they're not motivated. They can't find a purpose. They can't find what makes them because all the other souls, like, they have like this a whole bunch of badges that come together, and it helps create their spark, the thing that they are destined to be, the attributes they're destined to have. And it's a really interesting sequence when they're here in the Great Before, where they go to different classes, different trainings, different seminars to help them learn and figure out who exactly they're going to be. And it's a really funny joke.
Because they have to go there before they can actually come to Earth. It's like being prepared to go to Earth. Like, are you ready to go to Earth yet? Like, if you're not ready to go to Earth yet, you're not going to Earth. You're going to sit here. And, once you go to Earth, you actually become a person, and you develop these skills and tasks, and you develop this persona. Yeah. So it's practically pre-Earth development. And like I said, I just find that unique as well because, like I said, the connection with babies and just coming here, like, they already come with the type of person that I'm not saying the type of person they're going to be because of environmental influence. But
certain traits.
Yeah, because babies, when they come, they have their personalities.
So it's a really interesting thing. They have a really cool joke in there. I thought was pretty funny when they say, okay, this one's going to be self-centered. These ones are going to be really giving. And these ones are just going to be pathological liars or something like that. It was something to that extent. It was really funny that they did that. And so 22's problem is that no matter how many mentors they have, which she's had Muhammad Ali, Gandhi, Mother Teresa, possible. Some of the greatest people on the planet, on our planet in the life, they've gone to mentor her, and they've all given up, completely gotten frustrated, annoyed.
She's drove them away because she doesn't want to go to Earth. That's the whole thing.
Finds no meaning in it, finds no reason, no purpose to do that. So, and 22 is voiced by Tina Fey. The cast in this movie is really impressive. You got Jamie Foxx, Tina Fey, like I just mentioned, Graham Norton. You have a whole bunch of Felicia Rashad. Angela Bassett is in this. So it's a really good, really great put together cast, and they all do some really amazing parts in this film. But getting back to 22, So she doesn't have any reason to do that until, and this kind of is a fate thing in a way. I think about it.
Okay, yeah, because so Joe, he's as mentioned, is a jazz musician. Now, after he finally lands the gig that he's looking for, he practically goes through like several events that could have technically killed him, and he finally lands an event that technically kills him, which we would call him being in a coma, damn near dead. So yeah, he's in a coma, and so while he's in this coma, soul separates from the body in this particular film, and so he's there, and so he's trying to figure out what's going on, and so he's trying to fight death. And this is where he encounters 22, who's trying to fight life.
Right.
and so
that's very interesting.
I know, right? I like the way I put that together off the top of my head just now. But anyway, yeah, he's trying to fight life. He's trying to fight death. She's trying to fight life. So they end up finding each other, and he practically, because you have like this whole little Earth seminar, not Earth seminar, but life seminar. And so he's trying to find himself, and so she's supposed to attend those things. And, in her attendance, that's when they practically encounter, and he practically fakes his way through as a mentor. And he's fighting, like I said, he's fighting his way through being sent to death. So they encounter each other, and they practically start helping each other out. And so the whole thing about it is that when he finally finds his way back into life, it's a mix-up, because now he's dragged 22 into it, and so Joe, instead of getting into his body, he becomes a cat, and 22, instead of not going to Earth, not gaining a sense of life, she is now into the body of Joe, which is very interesting because she experiences life from damn near a middle-aged man, whose career is practically failing, and it technically is, because he's in a career that he doesn't want. And so she learns the experience of life through his body. And, they work together to try to get back to a sense of normalcy. And they try to, what's the word?
Evade.
Yeah. They capture.
Evade one of the best characters in the movie. Was it Terry? Who is
and I'm sure
trying to figure out. Trying to figure out what is the same missing. That's what he sounds like. He sounds like the dad from Bluey.
Oh gosh.
All right, that's all I was saying. But no, Terry is actually one of the funniest characters in the movie. He's so strict on making sure the count of souls that are dead is accurate. And once the count is off because of Joe, he's going insane trying to figure out the count.
And he will find you, and he will kill you. In the words of
essentially Liam Neeson.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, essentially he tracked them down, and it was hilarious. Just the lengths that he went through, like going through all the file cabinets, counting the numbers of souls and everything. Like it was.
Yeah, he's technically doing his job, know, and that also shows us, like, like I said, this movie is very realistic. Like, people working and stuff. You have to make sure, like, if I don't do a good job, you want to make sure that you're doing a good job at your job. So a lot of people can relate to that as well, and it's like, damn, even in death I gotta work. Like, damn, I'm tired.
Right, even to the extent where
I'm to still work.
I'm gonna congratulate myself and give myself a trophy because damn it, I worked hard.
First of all, my soul still has to work.
Well,
like, bro,
maybe not yours.
You gotta do something, right? All the souls are doing something. Now, the only thing we did not see was what the souls that are in the actual, their final resting place, what they do. Like, I don't recall.
Well, as far as they show in the movie, they just go into the light.
And that's what I'm saying. Yeah, and so that portion of it was not established, and I feel that this movie, like I said, brings a lot of light onto a lot of things, and it touches on a lot of sensitive issues for people. Like I said, with the soul connection, spiritual connection. Life connections, like it brings out a lot of different things. So,
yeah, and then of course, the ending has a really good ending, an ending that really has a lot of people split on whether or not it was the perfect ending or whether or not it was a vague ending. I say that because there are some people who would like to see, okay, what does 22 turn out to be? What does Joe end up doing? And there are some people who are like, wow, just it needs to stay open-minded, because that's the point of the movie. You don't always have to know exactly what your next steps are, but you just have to know to enjoy life and enjoy everything that's in front of you, which is the lesson.
And I would say, and also make progression towards it.
Because this is all the lessons that Joe has learned. So
getting into his elderly age, and we're gonna say elderly because
he was older gentleman.
A lot of people have cutoff times for themselves, and this movie actually shows that that you shouldn't limit yourself. Like just try.
Yeah, it was especially the one part, and that message is really clear, what you just said, especially in the one part where after he plays the big jazz concert, totally kills it, gets the gig, and the totally kills it, right? And Angela Bassett plays Dorothea Williams, who is the jazz musician that Joe is trying to play with. She tells him a story after he says, well, this doesn't feel like what I thought it would feel like. So she basically gives him this story about how there's a fish in the ocean, and he's like, well, I want to be in the ocean. It's like, well, this is the ocean. It's like, well, this can't be the ocean. This isn't it. It's something to that extent. And that was pretty much what the movie was. Like, if you keep searching for that big thing instead of appreciating what you have right in front of you, then you'll always be chasing something that isn't there.
You're chasing a feeling.
You're chasing the feeling. You're not chasing the reality of it. Mm-hmm. This was Pixar's first movie that had a black lead in it, which
is funny because of all the hysteria surrounding it, and any other characters that are in actual movies. I'm gonna say Disney and Pixar, they can go as far as the Princess and the Frog and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And I mean, it's been established that characters with what's the word, that are minority,
people of color, and things like that,
minorities, they have character representations that are of characters that are not
they're always transformative. They always change into something,
and the soul, and just different things like that. But you know what I'll say about this is that even though it did have a character that changed the soul, that there was plenty of representation. It
was some really good representation in there. They did not they didn't short change it with with it being you can call this a black film, honestly, and it will make sense, because it's not just black by color of characters. It's black by these experiences that they have in there with the barbershop scene and playing jazz, and what it's like to be a teacher in the inner city, in the inner city setting and everything like that. Black family, black ties, things like that. They are portrayed very, very well. And some of that, I'm going to actually credit that to the co-director, to the gentleman who's credited as a co-director, Kent Powers, who only came in to do some writing, but ended up doing so much writing that they decided to credit him as co-director. I do attribute a lot of that to him, because I think that if you wouldn't have had that black voice on this film, and as many black voices in this film as there were, this could have easily been a very shallow experience for black people.
What I'll say is that you can have a black voice, but you need a black voice. You can have actors and whatever the case may be, that are of black background, but the greatest influence, you're always gonna need to find that great influence, and then there it was, like I said, no discredit to the actors and actresses, because I know you put in a good fight. But sometimes you just need that push over the edge, and that's what this movie shows us as well. That sometimes you just need that push over the edge to actually get things done and come to your realization. So appreciate that. It's rated PG, and I don't know if it was mentioned it can be found on Disney Plus. 101 minutes of runtime, so that's 60-30. Yeah. So an hour and 41 minutes.
Yeah. And it's a good use of the hour and 41 minutes. There are some parts, I'm going to be honest, there are some parts that feel a little drag. It does kind of move a little slower than some of the other Pixar movies that have come out. I've seen a lot of people compare this to the Inside Outs and the Coco.
I can see why it's compared to both.
Yeah, because they kind of both carry the same themes.
Yeah.
Within the three, if you were to ask me personally, which one of the three I would
Ooh, I
choose,
like Inside Out.
I do. I like Coco. Really, Coco got me. Coco got me.
No, it don't.
No, I'm talking because I like the Pixar movies for the emotion that they bring, and I didn't. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna see Coco. I'm not gonna cry at Coco. Like I ain't see it coming.
I'm gonna say Inside Out. Like I can't. Like you can't deny it. Like Inside Out. Like Coco is good as well.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna say Inside Out.
You know, Inside. I'll go with Coco because I like the twist in the movies that were done in there. I liked some of the comedy in there. It was pretty good. And again, I like that ending with the grandma at the end. But I will say Inside Out made me cry a little harder.
Exactly.
Inside Out made me cry a little harder, but Coco still got me tight right there because I see Coco and I still don't see it coming when I'm about to wall up. But Inside Out, first time I saw that, I was like almost baby face, ugly cry. But where would I put this? Where would I rank this among the three? I will put this maybe like a second behind Coco.
See, I knew
a second behind.
Coco.
It's a second. It's right in the middle. It's right in the middle. No matter which one you put before, it's right in the middle.
Because I don't believe that it's like right in the middle of Inside Out or Coco.
You don't think so?
No.
What would you put it at?
I would put it as number 3.
You put it third.
Yeah, I mean,
I can understand.
It was a great movie. It really was. It had a lot, of what we wanted to see, especially like during these, this particular time.
Mm-hmm.
But Inside Out. Inside Out and Coco, like, I thought that they were great movies.
Mm-hmm. I think, I don't disagree with you. I don't disagree with anyone who doesn't put Soul at the top of these, I'm going to call them existential trilogy. I'm going to call it existential trilogy. Because Inside Out, its high note is where Joe is playing the piano, getting back into the soul world to pretty much save 22. But that's a moment, and that emotion and everything, that build up right there, it's like, that's an ending. But then they have more to the movie that goes on, and it's like they try to pack that second punch right there with the, with that, with the ending that we got. It's like it tried to pack a second ending. Which is good. Like the actual ending we got for the movie is good, but I feel like that high point was where it's like they drag racing out there.
I don't know what the hell's going on.
It's like that high point was when he was playing the piano, just reminiscing on his life. That was the high point for me in that movie, and then after that, I was just like, okay, well, gotta finish it. So, and that's not to say Soul is bad, because it's good. It's in my top tier of Pixar movies as of now. It's like in my top 7.
See, now it's like, not that Soul is bad, but hey, I like Soul better than Inside Out. And what's the other one?
Oh, Coco?
Yeah. Like, so that's what I'm saying. Like,
I have very complex lists.
Okay.
But yeah, it's a good. A lot of people don't. There were people who were questioning.
Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, 95% on Rotten Tomatoes, very well deserved. There are some people who may think that this might be a little more mature for kids.
I mean, I think a lot of movies are too mature for kids that are supposed to be for kids.
Yeah, but I mean, with this message, I think kids are smart, really smart nowadays. And
but this is something just to drill into their minds. Like, I don't think it's too grown for them. Because at the end of the day, like, you do need, not saying that, and that's what this movie shows as well, that it's not too late for your reality.
Mm-hmm.
But, if it can be established earlier, then why not?
Yeah.
Save you some lives of pain and suffering, not knowing what you're doing in life. No, oh my God.
Yeah.
So yeah,
this is that film, man. It, like you said, it just tells you like it's never too late to get started, and there, just gotta know what
even
you're
if
going
it
for.
technically is too late,
Yeah, even if you fall down a manhole.
At least you tried, and at least you did it, and at least you finally accomplished what you set out to accomplish.
Yeah. So, what were your thoughts going into this movie?
I was like, all right, I don't know. I didn't think I really had any.
No. My thoughts.
I don't think I had any.
My thoughts when first going into this was like, damn it, I know they're gonna kill the black guy.
Mm-hmm.
How long is it gonna take?
We already knew that.
Those are my thoughts. Like, how long is it gonna take? And I was expecting. I was like, okay, I think this is probably gonna be good. I heard a lot of good things. I was like, okay, this might be a really great movie. But I was counting down the minutes, and let me tell you, when I first saw it, and I saw how quickly. I don't know if you haven't seen Soul yet, go watch on Disney Plus. If you don't have Disney Plus, find somewhere to watch it. But it happens quickly. Like I'd say, it's less than 15 minutes of Joe Gardner being Joe Gardner
but I understand. Yeah, they killed the quote unquote black guy, but they had still the representation of whatever. It's not like they just straight went out in the first 5 to 15 minutes. Kill a black guy, and then you don't see a black guy or black representation or minority representation throughout the whole thing.
Yeah, I agree with you. It does. It shows the great representation, and then what they do afterwards.
I'm not too pressed or like, oh, you can't do that,
Yeah, no. I mean, it was just. I was just like, dang. But like, what happens afterwards? It sets up. It's really good.
It's a good setup. Yeah,
it's a great setup. It's an amazing setup.
And they flash him in and out as well as they're trying to go through their journey, or whatever the case may be. And he also comes back, even though he's now. We don't even know what the ethnicity of 22 is. So you can't say that she's a white girl, a black girl, or Hispanic girl.
You can't even really say that
girl.
It's a girl.
You don't know. Yeah. I mean, even though the voice sounds girlish,
like a middle-aged white woman. That's what they say in the movie. It's like, why you sound like a middle-aged white woman?
So I mean, like I said, you technically don't know because there's no skin tone, which we like to establish people by their skin tone.
Yeah. So I mean, it was still good. Those are my thoughts going into it. Just like what kind of experience am I going to get from this?
I would say like my only dislike with the movie was that I would have liked to seen a little bit, into his after he practically made it back to his body, like what career path he chose,
Yeah, that's what a lot of people are on the fence of with that.
I'm not gonna say that. That's not honestly. Y'all need to cut out. That's not a beat on the fence of, but it's just something that you would like to know.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. Like a lot of people would have liked to know it, but then some people are like, "Well, no, it's perfect how it was." Why?
But don't you think about doing a second one now? Because then we can't take Joe down again.
Funny enough, though, there is about to be a series of shorts, not just based on Soul, but Soul is going to be. Yeah, Soul is going to be a part of the short series that's coming out on Pixar on Disney Plus later this month. So
I mean that'd be cute, like a little what's the thing called? Boss baby, little boss baby kind of thing. Yeah, that'd be cute.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's gonna be one or maybe just revisiting the jazz class. I'm interested to see it though. It's all coming out on Disney Plus later this month.
What would you rate the film? I
would rate it. I give it a 4.5. I give it a 4.5.
I'd probably give it a 4.
Right, 4.
Yeah.
It was good.
Yeah, it was good. Like I said, it had its little, every film has its weak moments,
Yeah.
And even, so everybody has a different opinion about things. So the film had its weak moments, it had its great moments. But overall, I like the way it was established and, like I said, the character build-ups and just, it just gives you a self-reflection, damn, I mean, and we need that, especially during these times, you need to take that time to look yourself in the mirror and find out, what you need to be doing.
Yeah. So I mean, this was Soul. It's a really great movie. Definitely should check it out. It's on Disney Plus, available now. Not for the premium price, but for free. So you guys make sure you subscribe, check it out, and thank you guys for tuning in tonight. If you liked our review, make sure you guys hit that like button. If you want to stay updated with what we're doing, hit subscribe to our channel. We're on Facebook. We're on Twitter. We're on Instagram. So make sure you follow us on one or all of those platforms. And remember, don't forget, get your Habits 365 merch. Go ahead, check out some of the gear there. If you like it, get 10% off by entering the code Dave693. Link is in the description.
So
all that info is in the description box.
If you have any suggestions, films, TV reviews, movies, or whatever, let us know and we will most likely get to it. Tuesday is Anime Tuesday. So, yes, we shall see what we shall be doing.
And WandaVision review is going to be this weekend immediately after I watch it. So, make sure you guys come back for that. Until next time, we're going to try to escape the great beyond. Or great before, hopefully not hit the great beyond. And yeah,